Hey, welcome to Cry here, back with you again for part 2 in this 3-part video series. Now, if you haven't watched video number 1 yet, I really highly recommend that you pause this video now and watch that video first. There's a lot of good information in there, and I know what's going to help you understand as we dive into today's video, because we only barely scratched the surface talking about how to leverage viral marketing in your business. And in this video, we're really diving all the way in, so it'll help out if you watch the other video first. Now, this particular video could easily be sold for a good amount of money, but I'm giving it away for free because I want you to have this knowledge. I really do, and the reason is simple, because I really believe it's going to change your life. And I know it's being said a lot, it's a cliche and all of that, but I really mean it. There's just this kind of a relief feeling when your business isn't depending on any unpredictable traffic sources anymore. I remember the days where all my Google rankings dropped, or for example when my AdWords account got closed a bit too well, if you know what I mean. All I wanted to do is sit in a corner and cry, and it's definitely something I don't want to experience ever again. So what I'm going to do in this video is lay out the exact system that I use to consistently drive traffic using viral marketing, and I build up my email list day in, day out, month in, month out, and yes, even year in, year out. Because if you implement what I'm going to teach you in this video today, you'll always have an army of people desperate to promote your business without having to pay a penny for it. First, I quickly want to talk about a huge misconception, because people seem to think that going viral has something to do with luck. Now, let me tell you right now, it has nothing to do with luck at all, and in just a few minutes I'll even prove that to you. In the previous video, I already talked about using incentives to get people to share your site. So by offering, for example, some sort of a freebie or a chance to winning a contest, you're giving them something in return for them sharing your message with all of their friends, right? And that right there really is the most effective way to drive viral traffic to your sites. And today I wanted to go a step further and explain exactly what will make the difference between using this strategy to get a few extra shares that lead to a bit of extra traffic and get some new subscribers, versus turning this into an unstoppable system that will keep on driving traffic and leads like a machine. And in order to fully explain that, I need to go over a bit of theory first, but it's really important that you understand this concept in order to fully leverage it. So here's a schematic overview of my viral setup. So I'm not the best drawer in the world, I hope you excuse me for that. But basically I'll just go through all of these steps to explain it to you, and then I can dive more in depth. So what I do is, on the very first page, I always create an opt-in page. So this is where my visitors can enter their name and email address, because what's the point of going viral if we're not actually using that traffic? And I'm doing that by building up my email list, right? So that's what they enter, their name and email address right here. And then they go over to the thank you page. So normally you would just have, for example, an offer, or you just say thank you for entering your email, and you try to establish a relationship. What I do is, on the thank you page, I give them the incentive to share. And this could be, for example, a giveaway where I say, you know, if some of your friends sign up as well, then you get a freebie. Could also be that it is a contest. So on the opt-in page, I say, you know, enter your email address to have a chance to win X, Y, or Z. And then on the thank you page, I say, for every single time that one of your friends signs up, you'll get 10 extra entries in the contest. And that also gives them a good incentive to start sharing. So they enter their email address, they go to the thank you page, and then they go, that message, what they actually share. So these are social media sharing buttons right here. They share it on, for example, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever. So let's say they share that on either Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest. Then the message will appear there, and if people will click on that message, they will go back to the website. Now, for some it might be obvious, but the most important thing of this whole setup in order to go viral, for starters, is that it should be a viral loop, which means that all the friends that are going to click on that message should go back to the opt-in page. Because if it's not a loop, it's never going viral. Because let's say you're sending some visitors in, they sign up and they share the message, and then that message is going to, for example, a sales page because you're trying to get more sales. Well, you could do that. However, if you do it like that, you'll always have to keep sending visitors into your lead page, get them to share, and then all the visitors that are coming out from it, they're going somewhere else. They're not going back to the lead page. However, if you turn this into a loop, then you have a pretty good chance of making sure it goes viral, because those people will go here, they will enter their email address, they'll share it with their friends as well. It will appear on their friends' timelines. They'll click on that message, and then they go back to like, you get the point, right? It's a loop, and that's what makes it this going. However, that's the first one. It has to be a loop. It has to be a loop, otherwise it's not going viral. Now, I want to go a bit more in depth, and I want to show you two examples of basically calculations. It's going to be a bit more boring, but it's really important. So please stay with me for just 1 or 2 minutes at least. So let's say, sorry for that. Let's say we sent in 1,000 visitors to your opt-in page. It could also be 100. It's just as an example, right? So let's say you send 1,000 visitors because initially some people have to see it before it can go viral. And let's say your opt-in page converts at 20%. So 20% of the people on average sign up if they see that page, which means from those 1,000 visitors you get 200 leads signing up. And those 200 people are going to your share page, and there you have some sort of an incentive. You're saying, hey, you know, if you want access to this ebook, or you know, you try to convince them to share your message. Well, of course, not everyone is going to do that, not at all. So let's say your share page convinced 10% of those people to think, yeah, I'm going to share that, and I'm going to share it once. So they share it either on Facebook or on Twitter or on LinkedIn. And so now you have 20 shares. You get 20 people to share it once. And let's say you, like, whenever they share it on social media, the messages that will appear there, there are a lot of messages on Facebook. Everyone sees a lot of posts, and the message has to stand out. Let's say, you know, you're using a certain title or using a certain image, and that makes sure that on average, every time someone shares it, it results in 10 visitors back to your lead page. 10 people that think, yep, I'm going to click on that message, and they will go back to the opt-in page. And then what happens, so let's say 20 shares times 10 visitors for each share results in 200 new visitors. So those 200 new visitors, they start over. That's like, this is the first cycle, so to speak, because going viral is usually in cycles. So people opt in, they share it, people click on it, and then the next cycle starts. Those people opt in, share it, and etc., etc. So those 200 people now result, like if it's still converting at 20%, for 40 extra signups, which results in 4 new shares, because it's still converting at 10%. 10% of the people will actually start sharing their message, which result in 40 new visitors. Now, as you can see, you're getting extra visitors. You're sending in 1,000 visitors to your lead page, and because you have this incentive to share, because you're using this system that's saying, yeah, you know, I'm going to give you something if you share my message with your friends, you get extra visitors. In fact, from the 1,000 visitors you send, you get first 200, and then 40, and then the next time you get 8 if we do the cycle again. So give or take, you get around 250 extra visitors. But you have to send in 1,000 visitors first. That's the first example. And this is good to get extra traffic, but it's not quite there yet. So let me go over the second example, and that's when you'll see what my real point is here. So now let's say we're using the same setup, the exact same setup, but this time we start to optimize each step. We start to think, hey, what could be the best opt-in page that we actually can use? What would be the best incentive we can give them? Or how can we convince them that to actually share it? And what kind of message should be posted on social media? You know, an image that really stands out, or a title that really makes their friends think, hey, what's this about? Let me click on it. So a message that's actually more appealing to click on. So let's say we do that. And let's say after we actually optimized each of these steps, now the opt-in page converts at 40%. 40% of the people actually signs up, because, you know, when people see it, they think, hey, what's that? You know, it sort of clicks, and people think, I'm going to subscribe. So let's say it converts at 40%. Now let's say you have a better incentive, or you describe it better, you basically sell it better. So instead of 10% of the people thinking I'm going to share it, now 15% of the people will think, hey, I'm going to share it. Plus, on top of that, you're not just going to put it right here, but you're also going to send up follow-up emails in which you basically remind them to share it again. So you can say, you know, you're almost there, you know, share it again, and you get it. So now let's say 50% of the people, and everyone who shares it on average 1.5 times. And in my campaigns, actually, this is a really low figure. Normally it's more like around 2.5 times. If people share, they share it 2.5 times on average at least. But you know, let's take it easy. Let's say 1.5 times each. So this means that everyone who's seeing that post, 15% of those people will actually think I'm going to share it, and on average they'll share it 1.5 times, because some people will share it twice, some people will just share it once. And finally, we have a better social media message, so one that's more appealing for their friends to click on. So now every time someone shares, it results in 15 visitors per share. So If we send in the same amount of visitors, 1,000 visitors again from the start, now at 40% conversion, it results in 400 people signing up, right? That makes sense. But now 15% of the people shares it at least or an average 1.5 times, which means we have 90 shares. 90 shares right here. And on average, every share is now worth 15 visitors because we have more appealing message, which results in 1,350 new visitors. So this time, on the very first cycle, 1,000 visitors resulted in over 1,000 new visitors. New visitors coming in because of the sharing system, right? Because of the incentive to share. And those people, those 1,350 people, they see the opt-in page as well. And 40% signs up, which means 540 new signups, which results in 121 shares. And that results in over 2,000 new visitors. And if we do the same cycle again, it results in over 3,000 new visitors. So what's the difference between those two? As you can see, in this example, 1,000 visitors will get you some extra traffic, but it's not going viral. However, in this example, with basically just some better conversion rates, now it's actually going up and up and up. And the difference is actually really simple. It's what we call the viral coefficient, but in simple terms, it means that every single person that's coming into your viral loop, because like I said, it has to be a loop, results on average on more than one new visitor. If it's below one, so on average, if every single visitor coming in results in, for example, on average to 0.9 new visitors, so just below one, then it will go downward. So 1,000 visitors will result in less than 1,000 new visitors, and it will die out pretty fast. However, as soon as the amount of visitors that each visitor sends is over one, so that's when the viral loop starts. As soon as this is going up, that's when you're going viral. So a lot of people think, a lot of people I know have even tested it to give an incentive to someone. Click, get this, and you click here, and you share this, and you get a freebie. The problem is that people just try it once, and then they notice, it's not going viral. That's because they haven't optimized it yet. So if you actually start optimizing your lead page, as well as which thank you page will get them to share, as well as which message actually works best. Once you optimize that, then you start off here, and 1 week later, every visitor is worth more than one visitor, and then boom, and that's when you go viral. So what I want to make clear here in this with this whole mess here, with this whole image right here, is that it's not about luck. It's actually about making sure that the numbers are right, making sure that every single visitor that's coming in results in more than one visitor coming back because of the sharing mechanism. And there are many ways to do that. I'm going to show you that in the next video as well. But this is super important to understand, because once you know this, now it's not about being lucky. It's not about just trying it out and see what happens. No, it's actually about making sure that you're going viral. It's not a matter of whether you're going viral, like I'm going to start this, is it going viral? No, once you understand this, it's a matter of when will you go viral, because you just need to make sure, all right, I'm trying something out, and this opt-in page is not converting better, so I'm going to try another opt-in page, all right? And that works better, and now I'm actually, now the numbers are right, and the viral loop is complete, and the traffic will keep on going on. Once you understand, it's like this is the whole trick to it. Like in the next video, I'm going to show you on my screen everything in detail, like what I'm doing exactly, but this is the core concept. If you get this, then you're many steps ahead of everyone else, because there are not many people that actually know this, and it's so valuable. Like it's this right here, it all comes down to the math. Going viral is just about the math. It's just about making sure that every single visitor coming in results in more than one visitor. Now you understand this, you should also understand that once you have the numbers right, meaning that every incoming visitor into your viral loop results on average in more than one new visitor, you'll have an ongoing source of traffic. And this is exactly what happened in the example that I gave you in the first video. So I set it up once, and ever since that time, it's been going round and round and round, getting me new shares, visitors, and leads every single day for over 4 years already. And this is not some theory here, but it's real and it's working. In fact, in the next video, I'm going to show you the exact repeatable steps to set all of this up in your own business. So this time it won't be any theory, but I'm going to show you on my screen exactly how I turned a simple 2-page site into an ongoing viral machine that's already generated over 300,000 unique visitors inside the IM online marketing niche. And it's going to keep on doing that for a long time. And my goal in that video, is to make sure that you'll know exactly how to add all of this to your own business as well. And like I said in the first video, on top of these free videos, I've also recorded a series of even more in-depth case studies on my own viral campaigns, including one that resulted in a 7-figure launch within just a few days, as well as a behind-the-scenes looks with one of my students who used all of this to build up a 100,000 plus email list within 30 days. So you'll get access to all those premium bonus videos for free if you get 5 of your friends to sign up and watch these videos as well. So simply copy paste your unique invite link below, which you'll find below this video, and share it with your friends. And when 5 of your friends sign up, you'll get those videos, as well as our never before released software called UpViral, which allows you to turn your existing website into a list building machine. And of course, sharing is totally optional, but I wanted to make sure that you knew while you can still get access to all these bonuses for free. So that's it for today. I'd appreciate it if you could drop me a comment below this video. I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.